I thought we'd go ahead and take this as an opportunity to do our second question and answer video.
Oh, the day I break these chains, I'm bound for the life of the simple things.
We really appreciated all the questions that came in from the other video that we've done, and we haven't gotten a chance to really do another question and answer video for you. So please leave all your new questions here in this video down in the comment section here on this video. We really enjoy your questions and we are very much interested in answering them. We're going to go ahead and get started with the question and answers from the last question and answer video. So Doug Yellnuts had asked, what are the best places in Houston to full time? And Houston's such a huge area, it's so spread out, you don't really have to worry about there not being enough room somewhere to do it. So any of your general spots like your Cracker Barrels, your Walmarts if you're in the exact city, on the street side next to apartment buildings, sometimes the visitor section, if it's empty at night, you can go ahead and park in the visitor section of apartment buildings. Done that. I have a video that I'm going to go ahead and link in the description below. Actually, I'll go ahead and make it a card. It'll zip over the top of our heads over here in the top. And you can go over there and check out some of the places that we had went ahead and did some stealth camping while we were living in Houston. Nora Steele asks, how's the bed working for you guys and is it comfortable? Now, I would say that the mattress is pretty comfortable, but the idea of just putting a piece of plywood over the dinette and then laying the mattress on it, that was not a good idea. It was a bad idea. It was suggested to us. I would not suggest that anybody else do it. I think the best way to do it is just to build a platform. So we're probably going to later on take out that dinette and build a platform. What do you think?
Oh, not too later on. I think as soon as we can, we need to make a new platform. Otherwise, there is a hole in the middle.
Well, it's slanted a little bit, guys, and then I make it worse because I'm heavy. So the whole thing is kind of got a slant to it because the dinette doesn't sit perfectly level.
From Dogs, Cats, and RV and me. What kind of scooter we are going to get?
I was thinking like the Honda Velocity. That's just kind of what I had in my mind. I'd heard good things about them. We're still pretty open to it. I do know that many sources have told us not to get the Chinese brand scooters. Do you have anything to add to it? Was there one that you seemed to like?
I would get anyone because since we've been traveling and no car for us to no transportation for us to go to the supermarket or anywhere that it's need. For example, here we are at Wynns having the RV fixed. It's been pretty hard not to have a transportation to go to town, and then it's getting hard even in our relationship.
Yeah, you do get kind of frustrated, huh?
Yeah, we get kind of. Yeah. And then it's a suggestion, guys. Always have like a tow car or a scooter, and then it will save your relationship.
I think Catalina is saying she feels stuck sometimes, huh, baby?
Yeah, it feels like we are trapped here. And then if you wanna go and have groceries or anything, we cannot.
Well, they've been pretty nice about giving us rides, but it doesn't feel good to ask about a ride all the time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they've been giving us rides and stuff, so we haven't been totally stuck, but nobody likes to ask for that all the time. You know, and you know, over a period of time, whoever you're asking can stop liking to give you a ride too. So John Thayer asks, are you guys going to be headed to New York anytime soon? And John, we were planning to actually go through there on our way to Alaska. We were going to go up the East Coast line and check out some of the national parks on our way up there, and then come back down through the Niagara Falls and, you know, piddle around a little bit in New York. But we're not sure that we're going to get a chance to do that now. We definitely don't want to give up on it, right? we definitely want to still go to Alaska and still have it up that way. Basically, we'll be heading into New York the next time that we get a chance to go to Alaska, right? So Dr. Gunn asks, how much cash should travelers have on hand for those moments when you can't use a debit card or a credit card where the business only takes cash? And I would say maybe $100. I mean, we don't carry much cash on hand. I probably wouldn't necessarily even do 100, but I definitely don't see any need for more than $100 at any time. Most places that only take cash, the lady and I, we just choose not to go those places, right? We just don't do business with them if we don't have it.
Right. It's like, it's good to have always some couple of dollars or...
Well, more than a couple of dollars.
Yeah.
You need a few dollars.
Yeah.
I would say no more than $100 because you want to stay light on the cash.
A couple of dollars, no.
But, you know, I mean... I don't really see a need of more than $40, do you?
Yeah, $40 is perfect.
All right.
Next question. That's from Colin Ross. Where are we spending the winter months?
Well, we had planned to obviously spend it in Florida, and that's where we are now. Yeah. But our plan at the time was to probably be doing Uber right now in Orlando, which... we're not in Orlando, and so that kind of has messed with our plans a bit and is cutting into our money, you know, on what we're going to be able to use to make that Alaska trip we wanted to. But we're just trying to not be too nervous about it. We're still going to stay in Florida. We have a couple of leads on work, but it's probably not going to be as easy of a thing to just show up and do Uber now. What, do you have anything to add?
No, yeah, for sure. We are not pretty sure where in Florida, but it's in Florida.
Yeah, we'll be in Orlando for a little while, but after that, there's a couple of options that are not in Orlando for work.
Maybe in Key West.
Yes, that's where we're hoping.
Yeah.
So the next question is from Darfirst, and he's asking, how well do the lights at Walmart at night charge your batteries? And he was asking that question because he was assuming, since we park underneath the lights most of the time, that it must be for charging our solar. Well, we don't have solar. We don't park right underneath the lights for the use of charging our batteries or anything like that. The reason why we use the light directly underneath the light is for a couple of reasons. First of all, if you're anywhere else in the parking lot, not directly underneath the light, you're more likely to have one of the lights shining pretty strong into your windows, is number one. Number two, we have this tint on our windows, and if it's lighter outside than it is inside, nobody can see in. So by parking underneath the light, nobody can see in. Plus, it's then well lit around us, so nobody can go and kind of sneak around in the shadows and stuff. Big Ken 62 asks, what do you do about having your own space while you're out on the road? I think I'm going to defer this to Carolina, just because for me, my own space isn't quite as important, and that's because of some of the work I've done in the past with being cramped in pretty tight barrack situations, and then also working on offshore oil rigs. I'm used to really not having my own space, and as long as I like the person I'm with, I don't really need my own space.
I think we have the sofa here in front of the RV and the bed, and I think that's pretty nice. Sometimes, like, I stay in the bed and James stays here in the computer doing his own work, and I am there or just watching TV, that there are some shows that he doesn't like, or I want to read a book or something. I think it's pretty important. Sometimes I can stay here in the sofa and James is there in the bed, in the house, in the computer.
Yeah.
From RV Adventure, did you get any roadside insurance?
Yeah, we have AAA, and we are members of Good Sam as well, but we got AAA because we'd heard that they tow up to 200 miles without any charge instead of 100 miles. Well, that ended up being not true. They also only do 100-mile policies, so you cannot get a 200-mile tow policy. But with our 100-mile tow policy, we get a substantial discount per mile for towing after the 100 miles. So, you know, we think it's important because you're looking at probably about $7 a mile to be towed in an RV somewhere if you don't have the insurance. So for, what was it, $128 a year?
Yeah, 160 something.
Okay, so it's 160 something a year to have our AAA insurance. We haven't had to use it yet, but knowing that we can, at least for that first 100 miles, save having to pay $7 a mile, that's great for us.
No, it's just the feeling that we have something, you know, to be there in any problem. It's already cool. I hope we don't use it.
Yeah, we don't really want to have to use it.
No, at all.
Get out there, connect with people, live your big story.
Make sure you do something every single day to reduce road suck.
Peace, guys.
Peace and love.
And I tell you all about it when I see you again. We come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all